And then this circle here, that might be from a junkyard, right? Where they mark them when you're buying them, so they know if you'll take it back or not. Either way, it's Powerglide, lucky number 13. Hey, maybe we'll be running 13s in no time with that thing, with the 305. I would say 13s isn't outside the realm of possibilities. The 373s and that 2-speed. I don't know what the stall is going to be on that converter that it came with, but we're going to find out. Hey all, Rusty here. I got a couple of updates. We're gonna be putting that 305 in the race car after all. The reason being is that I had acquired a Powerglide transmission, which I think will work fine for drag strip purposes. I got the correct bell housing adapter coming, ordered that on eBay. Got this transmission with the starter and the flywheel 175. It came out of a running vehicle. The guy blew the engine up. I seen the engine. I took the transmission off the engine myself, so I do believe it probably did run. He said the guy didn't put oil in it, and I'm looking at this transmission and I'm like, yeah, well, if he never put oil in it, I could see where the oil went. And I've sprayed some of it off just to check and see that we got the right deal here. I got a vent, I believe, right there, and I have cooling lines. So this being a cast iron unit with a vent and cooling lines and a short tail with I don't know what spline that is, but it's not the normal like spline on the 350. I think this is going to be a good unit to put behind the 305. I don't think the 305 is going to have the power to break it if it's working. And if it isn't working, I'll get someone to build it in such a way that it won't break. So I'm going to pressure wash that, and then I'm going to get going on creating the second version of my intake on the Fiero. Not the intake, the air box. And what's going on in the Fiero is I made like a shitty, pardon my language, you know, air box just so I could test drive it and try to get the timing right and everything. So I know that this air box is robbing me some power, but it was keeping the dust from going inside the engine when I'm driving, right? So I will take this off and I will create something proper that comes off the back end and then angles in correctly with this hose. Now this did work. I could get my timing right, which I got the timing I think pretty good, and the engine's running pretty decent. I had to change this piece. I forget what it's called. It's supposed to stop your tachometer from jumping around all crazy. The old one down there I think overheated because this fan motor wasn't blowing air out of this thing until I fixed it. So this one I just clamped it right in the path of the air, so hopefully that'll keep her going. Anyways, that's a known issue. But we're gonna get the power washing going, then I'm gonna come and start working on this thing, and I'll bring you back for some time-lapse stuff when I start bending metal, and I'll bring you back in just a moment for you with the Powerglide pressure washed off so you can see what it really looks like. Alright, that's enough for me. Well, here you go. It's not super clean, but I mean, you can see the main stuff. Transmission lines, the vent. It's kind of in there at an angle, so whoever rebuilt that, you know, come on guys, get the right threads or something. I don't think it's supposed to be at that angle. Either way, we can tap and die that. This is a cast iron case, so it should work. Vacuum modulator, dipstick, right? All the normal stuff. Anyways, just cleaned it off basically enough, and then I'm gonna get me another can of engine degreaser. This one's just about had it, and I'll let that soak. Yeah, she's done. I'll let that soak, and I'll find another can or go buy some more. I'll let that soak, and then I'll hit it with the pressure washer again before I remove it from my truck bed. The thing weighs about 1,000,000 pounds. I'm not looking forward to picking that up again. So anyways, we're gonna get to some time-lapse action on the building the air box for the Fiero, but I wanted to get this, you know, whole process started. Okay, I need to put some epoxy on this bad boy, but I figured I'd give it a first coat of spray paint. And then I will go ahead and set this thing on top of the engine and show you how it's gonna look. We'll fix up all those gaps, right, with the epoxy. But for right now, I'll show you what it's gonna look like. Plus, it might be raining soon, so I figured I'd put this baby on to protect the car from any rain. Let's see if we can get you a decent angle. So here you go. See, it pokes out this way and then aims down slightly to meet the tube coming from the air filter. And there you go. That's how it will be. This bolt with all the washers will go right here. If I can find the threads, there they are. And then we'll shut it slowly so you can see what we're working with. Everything still works. I can get full throttle action with the accelerator pump. This, I'm not going to bother clamping it down, but I mean, you can see that that's going to work. So that looks a lot better, plus it's going to flow better than that other garbage I had on there. And then here we go, closing it. Nothing to it. It's not hanging up or anything. I already know that because I test fitted it a bunch of times while I was building it, but let's see. Yep, she releases just fine. There you go. Well, after this portion of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and attach the rest of making the first version. So if you want to see the first version and how garbagey it was and etc., it's going to be coming at you at rapid speed. I don't know how long it'll take, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes at most to watch. But we did make that so that I could test the timing and test the air fuel mixture and etc., drive it around the block, you know, without worrying about too much getting in there. But this is the version we're going to go with, and we can even get this you know, crankcase ventilation hooked up too, probably. This isn't looking too bad actually compared to that other part. So here we go again. Everything fits under the hood. Nothing to it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll get more on this car in the coming weeks. I need to JB weld, you know, with epoxy, that air cleaner. And then the next thing we'll probably do is take this thing on the Rusty Pass and see how it does. See you later.